Зараз знаходимося на Сумщині та стримуємо наступ ворога. Потребуємо мікроавтобус для виконання бойових задач і очищення українського неба від ворожих крил. Звертаємось до команди Car for Ukraine та Бандера Мобіль з проханням допомогти з закупівлею, підготовкою доставкою авто, а також до Renegade Changus та Канті Людан і їх спільноти з проханням допомогти підтримати збір. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. And yes, a friendly reminder out there from Grunge Thing. If you don't have live chat on, you don't see the ASCII art in chat. Nean, Steve Sane. Welcome, welcome. Grunge Thing, of course. Adam Rounds. Small crew tonight, small crew. It's been a hard day for me. Anxiety levels, yeah, they're pretty high after last night and the information coming in today about that. As far as I know, they're still looking for people that might be trapped under the rubble in some of the apartments. Yeah, it's not an easy thing to talk about or cope with, knowing that I'm going to be there in a few days. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. It's just I'm still going and I ain't backing out. That's for sure. But yeah, it is what it is. So let's get through the report and the AAR and the loss report for today and get into the updates. There's a lot of them today. I think you're going to like them for the most part. Some of them are not so good news for Ukraine, obviously, today, but some of them are great news. Adam Rounds, thank you for the $5. Somehow he turned into Fiverr. Okay. Again, thank you, Adam, very much. I appreciate it. Operational information as of 8 a.m. regarding the Russian invasion on August 28th. As always, the report starts with glory to Ukraine. The 1,282nd day of the large-scale armed aggression of the Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun, and I just realized I forgot to edit the day. No, okay, I got it right. I thought I forgot to edit the day on the stream. Uh, the enemy, using its superiority in manpower, is attacking our positions. Ukrainian defenders are steadfastly holding back the onslaught of the invaders, inflicting significant losses on the enemy. In total, 139 combat clashes were recorded over the past 24 hours. According to updated information, yesterday the invaders carried out 84 airstrikes, dropping 154 guided aerial bombs. In addition, the Russians used 5,770 kamikaze drones to cause destruction and carried out 5,177 artillery attacks from the positions or on the positions of our troops and settlements. This includes 86 strikes from MLRSs. The aggressor carried out airstrikes on the areas of the settlements of Zorichny in Sumy, Bilogira, Stepnohorsk in Zaporizhia, Mykolaievka in Kherson. Over the past day, the Defense Forces, aviation, and missile troops of Ukraine struck 4 areas of concentration of personnel, weapons, and equipment, 1 enemy command post, 4 artillery pieces, and 1 enemy ammunition depot. Moving into the individual directions and the deep state map for today, or yesterday, I should say. Ukrainian Defense Forces continue to restrain the invaders of the North Slobohansk and Kursk directions up here by Sumy. Thus, over the past day, the enemy carried out 17 airstrikes, dropping 33 more guided bombs, carried out 245 artillery strikes, 4 of those from MLRSs, and Ukrainian defenders stopped 9 enemy assaults in this area. Russians were able to make a small little advance right here. But Ukrainians are pushing back and reclaiming land as they're able to. For the most part, this area is pretty stabilized. Not a whole lot changing in that direction. Coming down to the south Slobohansk, where the aggressor attacked the positions of Ukrainian defenders 5 times in the areas of the settlements of Gluboki, Voschansk, coming way over to the east, Kamianka, and Kolodazny right here to the north of Kupiansk. Heading down to the Kupiansk direction, 6 attacks by the invaders took place in this area yesterday. Our defenders stopped the enemy assault actions in the Kupiansk direction. Kupiansk right here, but assuming that all 6 of those attacks took place here. Of course, Russia is trying to threaten the supply road. Ukraine is defending it rather strongly. Not much more I can say about that. Hopefully, Ukrainian forces will be able to move in and cut this. Never mind, I won't say what that looks like to me. Let's just say the floppy dog ear and leave it at that. Heading down to Liman. The enemy attacked 20 times in the Liman direction. Yesterday, they tried to penetrate our defenses in the areas of Novomikhailivka, Novy Mir, Zeleny Dolna, Kolodazny, Torsky, Sirbryanka, and in the directions of Yampul, Dronivka, Zakatin, and Chandra Golove. Heading down to Service direction. Hello, KKGG. Oh, Salt of the Red Earth. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you. Anybody else sneaking in? Linda H. Oh, you snuck in on me. Oh, I think that's everybody. Oh, Sherlock, the not Sherlock Holmes. Anyways, heading down to the Service direction, our defenders successfully stopped 3 enemy assaults near Fedorivka, which is right here. Girogorivka up here, and in the direction of Servisk itself. Let me get this down to Toretsk so I don't have to keep losing my place because, well, across Toretsk. There we go. So, skipping Kramatorsk direction and heading to Toretsk, the enemy carried out 9 attacks in the areas of Plashivka, right here, Toretsk itself, Sechira Brnivka, Rusin Yar, and Poltavka. Jumping over to Pokrovsk, and unfortunately the number of attacks in Pokrovsk has been steady for quite some time. 41 assault actions by the aggressor in Pokrovsk area today, or yesterday. Those assaults were near Volodymyvka, Novoekonomishne, Mirolubivka, Sugetsky, this small settlement here, Lisivka, south of Suky Yar. Where was I? Jumping around a bit. Udashny, Mayak, which is up here by the former Bunny Ears. Koltiene, which is here. Novo Nikolaivka, Molodetsky, Novo Ukrainka. I'm not sure which one. There is this one here. There is another one on the map here. And there is another one that's not listed on the map in this area here. I'm just not sure where it is at. Also in the directions of Mirnograd, which is right next to Pokrovsk, sister city. Rodinsky, Promin right here. Balagan. We looked for this the other day and I could not find it. And it's not listed on Google Maps either. So I'm not sure where that settlement is. Novopavlivka, which is down here. Chervony Liman, which is the Ukrainian name for Krasny Liman. And last but not least, Pokrovsk itself. Again, 41 assault actions and basically spread over the entire Percross front. You know, if you want to just listen in, Steve Sane, you can. I can keep an eye out for you for it. Not like we get a whole lot of trolls. Once I get into Ukraine and start doing live streams from my phone and vertical streams, that's when I'm going to need you. In the Novopavlivka direction, Novopavlivka here, covering this part of the front. 21 attacks took place in this front yesterday, directed near the settlements of Filia, Ivanivka, Voskrashenka, Pridubny, Komu Shuvaka, Tremivka. Tremivka is this one down here. Okay, yeah. And towards the settlements of Shishneve and Listin. If I remember correctly, Listin is right here. Zoom way into it, right next to the small lake. Shishneve, it's one of those other ones you have to zoom in for. And I don't remember the exact location of it. Ordradny. Excuse me. Oh, shoot. Sichneve. That one right there. So, no, it's not. That's not that one. It can't be that one. I have to keep looking. I should just go on Deep State and look for it there. Or not Deep State, but Google Maps. I'm not seeing it. So we're going to have to go with Google Maps. Oh, okay. I know where that's at now. Uh-huh. That's the wrong name. So, Alexandrograd, Shishneve, Voskrashenka, Voskrashenka. So, Novosilka, Magli. Okay. So it should be this settlement right here, but it is, again, a different name. Yenvarisky. But it's Shishneve on. So again, one of the instances where they changed from the Russian name to the Ukrainian name. Got it. Noted in my head, and hopefully it stays there. Probably won't. I have a lot of holes. No enemy offensive actions were recorded in Kramatorsk, Gulyapol, Orhiv, and Dniprovsky directions over the past day. So all quiet on the southern front is for today, at least. No signs of the formation of enemy offensive groups detected in the Volyn or Polizia directions. Our soldiers continue to inflict significant losses on the occupation forces, both in manpower and equipment, and are actively undermining the offensive potential of the Russians in the rear. Goes into the losses for today. We'll cover that with the graphic. And we end the report with join the defense forces. Together we will win. Razom Peremojemo. And of course, Slava Ukraina. Yeah, when I first saw the, I live in a red oblast, and I'm thinking, this kind of red. Like, oh, sorry, you're under. Wait, no, you're not. Hey, this isn't Barbie talk. Stop talking about Ken's ass. Sorry, I could not resist. Total combat losses of the enemy as of August 28th, 1,282nd day of the full-scale invasion. Today, Russia lost 880 personnel for a total of 1,079,000. Oh, freaking eyes focus. Is that a 6 or an 8? I can't tell. 630. Yes, I'm still having problem with my eye, and focusing on some stuff is really hard. 4 more tanks, 7 UAV or 8 armored personnel vehicles, 40 artillery systems, 2 MLRSs, 325 UAVs, 120 vehicles, breaking the 60,000 mark by 7, and 2 special equipment. That will make the 2 fools in southern U.S. very happy, I'm sure. LJ, I not understand, I not this. Uh, okay, Adam, I'm sorry, I got to do this one. Why is 77 better? Because you get 8 more. Unless you're seeing live chat, you're not going to get that joke. I thought you were trying to imitate Yoda there, LJ Boone. um, they love Trump in Orange County. Yeah, I wonder how that show's doing. That show would do right now. The Orange County choppers. Nian, when I play Zelensky's speech, I'll explain it in chat to you. No, I'll explain it on Discord. I don't want to get banned from my own YouTube channel. Uh, so let's head over to Telegram and go to Zelensky's speech for today. Sorry, I'm not going to read it. I need to rest my voice because we got a lot to go through in Canty Center. So you'll either have to read along or learn Ukrainian.
Шановні українці, українки, весь день сьогодні на кількох локаціях в Києві тривали рятувальні роботи, розбирали завали після російського удару. Це був один із найбільших ударів. Було майже 600 дронів, 31 ракета, в тому числі балістичні. Станом на цей час відомо про 19 загиблих в Києві, з них 4 дитини. Мої співчуття всім рідним та близьким. Цей удар абсолютно чітко демонструє, що російські цілі дійсно не змінилися. Вони хочуть воювати, б'ють не тільки по наших людях, не тільки по наших містах, наших громадах. Росія зараз завдає ударів по всім у світі, хто прагне миру. Це удар по Україні, це удар по Європі. Також це удар Росії по президенту Трампу, по інших глобальних суб'єктах. У Вашингтоні ми чули, що Путін начебто готовий до закінчення війни, до зустрічі на рівні лідерів та вирішення ключових питань. Але він обирає балістику замість будь-яких реальних кроків до миру. Він вбиває дітей, щоб не говорити про те, коли і як буде мир. Проблема в тому, що він не боїться ось так бити по тим лідерам, яким він щось обіцяє. Це не тільки президент Америки. Це так само стосується країн, які ще досі торгують з Путіним, такі як Китай чи Індія, інші країни Азії, Латинська Америка. Росія просто втягує їх в свої спільники такими ударами, такими вбивством людей. Сьогодні було багато принципових реакцій на це російське зло, співчуття нашим людям, нашій країні. Лідери Європи принципові в цьому, громадські лідери, політики в багатьох країнах. Я вдячний всім в Америці, хто відчув зараз, який нелюдський цей удар, яке прагнення війни стоїть за ним. Зараз, коли всі так намагаються війну завершити, Росія б'є по звичайних будинках, по звичайному місту, цілеспрямовано, групами дронів, продумано додає ракет. Так, щоб було більше вражень. Харків через те проходить. Суми, Херсон, Запоріжжя, наші міста, громади. Потрібна чітка відповідь світу на це зло. Немає дедлайнів, які Путін не зірвав. Немає таких дипломатичних можливостей, які не були б зіпсовані через Росію. Потрібні сильні кроки, і я дякую всім, хто це розуміє. Потрібні санкції, потрібні тарифи на тих, хто спонсорує цю війну так чи інакше. Сьогодні я говорив з Урсулою фон дер Ляєн, зокрема про новий санкційний пакет та про координацію нашої дипломатичної роботи. Я говорив з президентом Туреччини Ердоганом, зокрема про те, що російський удар саме зараз, саме такий жорстокий, доводить, що Путін не поважає нічого із того, що обіцяв. Світ має примушувати його до виконання обіцянок, примушувати його до припинення війни. Говорив я також з генеральним секретарем Організації Об'єднаних Націй Гутеррішем в контексті його підготовки до зустрічі в форматі Шанхайської організації співробітництва. Це будуть зустрічі в Китаї. На жаль, Китай дозволяє Росії воювати. Саме так це виглядає. І хоч було багато заяв з Китаю, що не можна розширювати війну, треба припинити вогонь, але дійсно сильних кроків до цього немає. Треба переконувати глобальних суб'єктів, щоб вони діяли. Закінчення війни можливе. Можливе завдяки силі, не словам, завдяки силі тиску на того єдиного, хто продовжує удари, затягує будь-яке врегулювання. Росія щодня вбиває. Отже, щодня вони повинні відчувати біль через те, що роблять. Це можливо. Санкції світу, тарифи, підтримка для України, наша сильна армія, наша здатність захищати життя та відповідати сильно російській воєнній машині. Вічна пам'ять усім, кого вбила російська держава. Рятувальники ДСНС України, екстрені служби, комунальні служби, медики, поліцейські, всі, хто потрібен в кожному місці нашої країни, в кожній нашій громаді. Допомагають людям, захищають життя. Дякую вам. Дякуємо всім нашим воїнам, кожному, хто на захисті України і на захисті українців. Дякую всім в світі, хто з нами. Слава Україні!
Героям слава. Did the pause get you too? It got me the first time I watched it. So yeah, talking about the attacks in Kyiv, 4 children included in the 19 people killed in Kyiv last night, yesterday morning. You know, just proving that Russia wants war. Oh, shoot, I should have done this during the speech. Oh, sorry. Yeah, eye is definitely still giving me trouble. When I woke up this morning, I literally had to peel apart my eyelids to be able to open my eye. Not fun. Ugh. Let's see, catch up with chat really quick. KKGG new, okay. Andrew, yeah, if you heard me, I was just talking about my eye hurting, and I'm trying to let the eye drop work while I try to focus on chat. Moment of silence for the heroes, yes. No, because I don't drink chamomile tea, so I don't have chamomile tea bags. I have green tea. Even if I don't get it sorted, Steve, I'm going. So eye drops on the plane, maybe. Worst case scenario, I'll get to Ukraine and I'll get something better for my eyes than just over the counter crap. It is medicated, but moving into Canty Center on Telegram. And giving you a brief preview of some of the stories and videos to come as we scroll to the beginning of the day and the coverage of yesterday morning's drone attack. It is officially the second largest attack by Russia since the full-scale invasion. And here we are. Air defense forces destroyed and suppressed 589 out of 629 air targets. 563 enemy UAVs, one Kinzhal 47 M2 Dagger, 7 Iskander M ballistic missiles, and 18 X-101 cruise missiles. That's what was taken out. Unfortunately, this report does not show what was launched, so we can't do a comparison of effectiveness. Here is the image of the pass of the drones and the missiles. Again, mostly coming from the north towards Kyiv. But we also see Dnipro, Pokrovsk, Konstantinivka, the northern part of Klemensky. But quite a few were taken out by air defense. And no small part of that were we responsible, because these guys are getting their van equipped with anti-Shahed systems, so they'll be adding to the taking out of drones here shortly. Just waiting on the confirmation video that has been sent to the front. It's being, as far as I know, it's being equipped right now. But soon, this truck that we fundraised for will be in the hands of the Prime Unit, 5th Border Guard in the Sumy area, taking care of business. And to give you a little bit of an idea of how, this is the area they're working in, and probably a third of the drones launched came through Sumy. Almost over half of the ones launched in the north came through Sumy. Just these 2 flights through Chernihiv. But these are all going through Sumy. We're going to affect all of these drones in the long run. Some from Kharkiv, a lot from the occupied territories, mostly launched from Crimea. But you guys helped. You guys are going to make a difference in these attacks. So just Donetsk, Eastern Dnipro, and is that Chernihiv or Sumy area? Chernihiv. Okay. So just that little section of Sumy under air alert at the moment. We'll keep an eye on that as the stream goes on. Keep in mind, this is a timeline as well as a video progress. Early in the morning, at this point in time, only 8 were known to be killed, 38 injured. And here is a video from Kyiv of the 2 missile strikes hitting. So you'll see the first one here. Just a residential building right there. And then watch over at the left side of the screen. Now that's the second missile, but watch over here. Thankfully, you'll notice from the timestamp on this video, 5:40 a.m., 20 minutes before curfew was lifted. If you watch the video, and you see one vehicle heading right here, right after, there's that vehicle right as the missile struck. There's other vehicles driving along this road here as the second missile comes in. That is the Russian double tap right there. And then you see a third explosion back in this area. I wish I could say more, but I know this location. I know this parking lot. They haven't said anything, so I will not put it out. But yeah, I've been in this building. I know who works there, who works out of there. And unfortunately, it's very close to that building. So thoughts and prayers out to that group of people. I hope that this did not affect your duties. Because we all know the answer. You can't ask questions in politics that you know the answer for. Magyar confirmed the strikes on Russian refineries this morning as well. In 2 weeks of August, oil refining in Russia has decreased by 21%. When we first started talking about these drone strikes on the refineries, it was 10%. Oh, then 13%. Then 16%. And then as of last night, early this morning, I should say, 21% of Russia's refining capability for the year, 1/5, has disappeared in the last 2 weeks, thanks to Magyar and his team. Yep, yeah, and I'll get to that. I got that in here. As a breakup of talking about Kyiv for a little bit, we get the epic destruction of Russians. Radinsky, 93rd Brigade. You see the drone coming in right there. Going through the hole in the roof. And, well, definitely setting off the bug bomb. Uh, so as Nian was saying, um, a couple diplomatic buildings were hit today in or yesterday morning for Kyiv. It is 6:08 a.m. in Kyiv right now. But Russia also damaged the building of the EU diplomatic mission in Ukraine. This is the EU's consulate, basically. That's the apartment building that was hit, where they're digging under the rubble. This was, if I remember correctly, a 7 or a 9 story. I can't remember off the top of my head. But it was multiple stories, and as you can see, there is not multiple stories left. That video right there that we just watched was from about noon Ukraine time yesterday. As of this post, it was 3 children confirmed dead as a result of the attack in Kyiv yesterday morning. The youngest is 3 years old. There's also a shopping center hit in the center of the capital, as well as commuter trains. So there's the what's left of the inside of a train, the shopping center, and that's the outside of the train. This is the train they take that takes you from like Kyiv to Odessa or Mariupol, well, formerly Mariupol, but this is the trains they used to take or between cities inside Ukraine. And you see the hole in it there. Shortly after noon, like 1:30, 2 o'clock, this was released. Up to 12 dead in Kyiv, 3 children, 2, 17, and 14 years old. And even with all what's going on, Ukrainians care about the animals, the pet hedgehog, and even the chihuahua. Maybe Chiweenie. Huh? Rule of 4? Interesting. Okay. Uh, oh yeah. Okay, they exist says I have been wondering for weeks if Putin believes he has an advantage by engaging EU into battles. Any theories? Homie orcs enlist in much higher numbers. China blames EU and engages EU. Huh? Well, you have to remember the rhetoric inside Russia is that they are fighting NATO, they are fighting the EU, they are fighting the US. You know, this is our proxy war with Russia. So antagonizing Western countries, they have to, or they have to admit that they're not fighting yet the NATO. You know, in Russia, admit to their people they're lying. Oh no, simple as that. Meanwhile, Ukrainian armed forces attacked the Flipsky refinery in Krasnodar, Kubetsky oil refinery in Samara. In addition, armed forces of Ukraine hit ammunition depots and a number of logistical facilities of the Russian aggressor this morning. I know you don't see the logic. There is no logic in Kremlin narratives. They've been telling their people for 3 years they are fighting NATO. For Russia to admit that they're having a hard time fighting the country that had the smallest military in Europe before the invasion. Keep in mind, Ukraine had 20,000 active duty military before the invasion, about another 15,000 reservists, so 35,000 at most. Maybe you could say 50. Yeah, they can't admit that, Russia can't admit that they screwed up so bad that they can't even beat one of the smallest militaries before the war started. Of course, Ukraine is now one of the largest, well, behind Russia in number, is the strongest military in Europe, in the European continent right now. In the neighborhood of 870,000 troops that Ukraine has active at the moment. And yeah, you know, this is the thing that kills me, is Russia wants a weak Ukraine. It wants a fractured and small NATO. And because they want this, they started the invasion of Ukraine. Ukraine is no longer weak. They are basically the strongest military in Europe at the moment. NATO, besides the USA, is solidified and has grown since the invasion. EU has grown since the invasion. There was talks yesterday about Moldova being included in the EU. Talks are ongoing with Ukraine about joining the EU. So, yeah, it's everything Russia wanted to accomplish with this war, with this invasion, has backfired immensely for them. And I don't like the war. I wish the war would be done. But I kind of have to sit here and laugh that everything they wanted to accomplish, the reverse has happened. And all with no Navy. Thank you, Stephen Walsh, for the $2. Well, Ukraine did have a Navy. They had in Mykolaievka, they had a sailboat that when the invasion started, they scuttled so the Russians wouldn't capture it. They have a couple river patrol boats, and they were ordering like sea boats from Turkey, and have gotten like three boats from other sources during the war, so they have like a navy of 3 ships. The reason I bring this up is there's a video later. Yeah, CB90 boats. So Neon, you know what they are. It's I got a video later. We'll talk about it then. I had to include this because we all remember the fiasco the first time Zelensky visited the White House with Trump as president. J.D. Vance, backpedaling now, but saying when Biden was in office, Zelensky was coming to Washington. Yeah, you know what? I'm not even going to read it. We all have heard this one so many times before. Okay, it won't let me delete it. Oh, because that's not my channel. But this is the one I thought I was reading. Sorry. J.D. Vance said the spat with Zelensky in the Oval Office revealed disagreements between the U.S. and Ukraine, which was important for the American public. What has always really how can I do the... What has always really bothered me about this relationship has not so much been the Ukrainians, but the American side, namely the Joe Biden administration. I hope that was close. Yeah, so Vance trying to backpedal on his horrible actions in the White House. Meanwhile, in Russia, the Samara oil refinery this morning. Even with all the smoke we're getting from the Canadian fires that's helping irritate my eyes, I'm glad I'm not in Russia. GUR soldiers hit a Russian ship that carries the Caliber missiles in the Sea of Azov. A small ship of the Buyan M project was damaged. Here is video from the GUR. So there you see multiple drones coming in and hitting the Russian ship in the Sea of Azov, which is down here. You know, Ukrainian drones flying across the entirety of Russian-controlled occupied area and hitting their warship in Azov. I love it. One day near Rilisk, UA regular team strike where the enemy does not even suspect.
My daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun. You better run, my daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun, my daddy's got a gun.
It started with the hay, loud a creaking. Well, it just started in the hay. With his long johns on, pop went out creeping out to the bottom to the hay. Young lovers and they are not sleeping. Young lovers in the hay. With his gun turned on.
That's a weird song. I'm going to mute that just because I don't want them to get any more recognition than already. Oh, looks like a lot was taken out there. And, back at the yard. A fuel tanker? Supply trucks. A guy hanging out the window trying to shoot the drone. And didn't work so well. I have to wonder how much of this is interference from drone jammers and how much of it is from being so far away from the front line. So that is a cool emblem for that unit. Get your bingo card ready. The consequences of the Russian attack on the central district of Kyiv. Some of the cleanup effort that is ongoing. Quick look at cleanup efforts. This was about dinner time, 6 p.m. in Ukraine. Death toll had reached 15 at this point, and the fourth child was found, unfortunately. And you guys were talking about Russia provoking NATO, EU, and others. Well, here is an interesting one for you. Russia is spying on US and NATO weapon routes in eastern Germany. Drones, some Iranian made, possibly launched from Baltic ships, are tracking weapon shipments headed for Ukraine. US and German officials say this could aid sabotage or give Russia battlefield intel. Berlin plans to change the law to allow military to shoot down drones near bases after repeated sightings at Ramstein and Bavaria. Germany admits jammers and countermeasures haven't stopped the flights, showing gaps in their air defense. You know, this isn't just, oh, our spy satellites pass over at the right times. This is launching drones off the coast of Germany in the Baltic Sea and flying drones over German air bases and military stations. And they can't even jam them. This is how far behind the West is in drone technology. And Russia is exploiting the hell out of it at the moment. So there's a wide view of the building that was hit. You know, just let that sink in for a minute. And just so you know, that's the entrance right there. So they're hitting the entrance, so people are trapped in the apartment. So rescuers have to come in with these ladder trucks to get people out. And then they do double taps on the rescuers. The building housing the British Council was also damaged in Kyiv this morning. So that's two foreign, well, basically consulates and such are usually considered foreign soil in other countries, and as well as here in the US. But so basically this is two direct attacks, one on EU and one on UK. Unfortunately, I wish it was just Starlink shit. Grunge, it's worse than that. It's it's also the funding for the refugees, the Ukrainian refugees in Poland, stripping them of basically protections and rights they're given by Poland. So a lot of Ukrainian refugees that have been working, have been giving like work visas in Poland, those are disappearing. So like their companies are either going to have to let these Ukrainian refugees go, and yeah, it's all because one guy with, well, just like America, one guy with an ego boost. Novorum Group Special Forces Ballista discovered a BM-21 Grad in Kursk, after which they mined the road along which the MLRS was traveling. Here's the video.
Impression, when it's there, is the youth of the time. When you realize that all
So this is Ukrainian drones coming in to remotely mine. And that's the MLRS coming back out for, well, not another strike. Oops, there goes another Russian grad. Uh, Elon just sent up more in the Starship launch, yeah. More satellites to expand the network. Poland definitely should not have listened to Christy Gnome. No mind. But more important, the psychopathy of Putin, the sycophancy of the population is so strong they cannot alter the course of Putin's fantasy. I mean, that's when you brainwash an entire population, you have to remember Russia filters out like the normal internet. Unless you're a hacker in Russia, you do not get access to outside information. It's only what the government decides you can see and what you can hear and what you can read. Crusty gnome. So yeah, you're talking about a population of like 130 million people that are and have been brainwashed since birth. And, we've seen the videos of them already trying to start doing that to school kids in the occupied areas of Ukraine. No worries, Anton. Peter the Strong, you actually translate his last name and it means Peter the Great. It's kind of funny. But the Hungarian energy minister issued another tweet today. In response to the latest Ukrainian strike against Druzhba oil pipeline, the Hungarian government has decided to ban the commander of the military unit responsible from entering Hungary and the entire Schengen area. Wait till you find out who that commander is. This was an attack on Hungary's sovereignty, endangering our energy security and nearly forcing the use of our strategic reserves. Ukraine knows very well that the Druzhba pipeline is vital for Hungary and Slovakia's energy supply, and that such strikes harm us far more than Russia. Anyone who attacks our energy security and sovereignty must expect consequences. basically they banned Magyar from going back to Hungary. Other people have translated Magyar's response, but let's get it from the horse's mouth, so to say. A liquid bird mimics injury to protect its nest from an attacker, but only when it makes sense. The Ukrainian bird, in moments of danger, prefers active actions to repel the enemy. Shove your sanctions and travel restrictions to Hungary up your ass, Mr. Dancer on Bones. I am Ukrainian. I will arrive in my father's homeland after you. There are plenty of true Hungarians in Hungary, and one day you will piss them off. As for the Schengen restrictions, don't take on more than you can handle. Your sense of humor is strange, and special agents are not in the top 10. So for now, get in line. Regarding the populism around the named threats to Hungary's sovereignty, keep selling that to the local Lupin, the manure seller. Well, he still exists in some numbers and falls for that blah blah. But remember, the black and white position of an ethnic Hungarian, a Ukrainian soldier, commander of the birds of the armed forces of Ukraine. By buttering up the Druzhba oil pipeline, you are protecting not Hungary's sovereignty, but your own dirty pockets filled with sanctioned cheap raw materials. By buying which you are complicit in multiplying bloody money that flies back as missiles and drones over peaceful cities of Ukraine, and just today, August 28th, killed dozens of Ukrainians in Kyiv. Your limbs are elbow deep in Ukrainian blood, and we will remember that. No political claims, purely the reaction of a serviceman, a citizen of Ukraine, to the published statement. His name, Eyes and Sting, a wormy horror. Magyar. Yes, Magyar means Hungarian in Ukrainian. Don't fuck with an OG. OG will fuck you up. These short little snippets out of what Magyar said just don't do it justice. There's a ton going on right now, and it's hard to wrap your brain around, especially with the crap going on here in the States. With the school shooting last night, all the crap that's coming out of that. Yes, Poland did tell Magyar you're welcome in Poland. Minister of Foreign Affairs, following the barbaric Russian strike on the Ukrainian capital, it's important to visit together with the heads of 40 or 55 foreign diplomatic missions. At the site of one of the strikes, a ruined residential building in the Darnitsky district, at least 14 innocent civilians have been killed by Russian terrorists here, including 4 children. One of the kids was born under Russian strikes in 2022 and killed by Russian strikes this morning. It is critical that the world sees Russian terror and takes action to stop this barbarism, Russia is a terrorist state. We count on strong international responses and action to increase pressure on Russia, including new tough sanctions and strengthening support for Ukraine. Here we get to see the moment of one of the Shaheeds hitting a residential building in Kyiv. Oh yeah, being pissed off like triggers memory. This is Steve, if you're still about and not working too hard, you were asking the other day about other means of taking out the Shaheeds. Well, in this case, it's an Orlan. But yeah, this is one of the ways right here how they do it.
On one occasion, tailing a reconnaissance drone, Ninja's rifle jammed. He took out a shotgun stowed in his cockpit and downed the drone in one shot. Often, when some Russian reconnaissance drones are hit, they will deploy a parachute, even as they spiral to the ground.
Did you catch that?
On one occasion, tailing a reconnaissance drone, Ninja's rifle jammed. He took out a shotgun stowed in his cockpit and downed the drone in one shot. Often, when some Russian reconnaissance drones are hit, they will deploy a parachute, even as they spiral to the ground.
For those of you that don't realize what's going on, it might have been Adam Rounds. My memory's not that good. I don't care. One of you three. It was probably Adam. This is a crop duster. This guy's not trained on jet fighters or such things. He converted his crop duster, had machine guns mounted on it to take out drones, and he flies around and does this. Yes, he was brought into the military and is part of the Air Force. But his gun's jammed.
On one occasion, tailing a reconnaissance drone, Ninja's rifle jammed. He took out a
So here is the video of him hanging out his airplane with a shotgun, shooting the Russian drone with a shotgun hanging out the side of the prop airplane. And it's more than one shot. So there's one shot. There's the second shot. Still interesting. Still a crop duster. Even the crop dusters are better than Russian drones. Most missiles and drones fired by Russia at Ukraine since February 2022. July 9th of this year, 741. Yesterday, 629. July 12th, 623. And August 21st of this year, 614. You notice that all the massive attacks are this year, June, July, and August. This is after Putin said, I want peace, let's talk, let's go to the negotiating table. June, July 4th, July 9th, July 12th, August, the 21st of August, now the 28th of August. Unfortunately, in my mind, this makes me think there's 2 more massive attacks that Russia is planning. So we got the early one in June, early in July, then the later 2 in July. Well, we got the early one in August, another early one in August. I think there's 2 more coming. And yes, I'm still going. Ukrainian soldier captures Russian in the Dobropilya area. This is in the bunny ears.
Москалі на нас наступають. Покидали автомати, руки попіднімали і кажуть, що все. Їбали ми штурмувати, ми хочемо в полон, блядь. Заєбісь. О, так от. 1/3. Бо що, правильно, 93-й работає, ніхуй снідать.
They probably pissed their pants, Anton, yeah. But that was taking of 3 Russian prisoners in the Dobropilya area of Pokrovsk. That's Dobropilya is right here. That was prisoners being taken in this area. Sumy City, Sumy Oblast, under air alert at the moment as well. Ukrainian aviation struck buildings with Russians in Torsky. This is up by Liman. A little short and sweet one. Meanwhile, Poland has a reply to Hungary on behalf of Magyar. Well, Russian missiles rain death on Kyiv. Hungary bans a brave ethnic Hungarian who dares to fight for Ukraine's freedom. Commander Magyar, if you need some R&R and Hungary won't let you in, please come be our guest in Poland. Gotta love the responses coming back. Keith Kellogg, last night Russia launched the second largest aerial attack of the war with 600 drones and 31 missiles. The targets, not soldiers and weapons, but residential areas in Kyiv, blasting civilian trains, the EU and British Mission Council offices, and any innocent civilians. These egregious attacks threaten the peace that POTUS is pursuing. And of course, some of the images coming out of Kyiv today. As of this update, which was about 8 o'clock last night, 9 o'clock last night, Ukraine time, the final total, 19 dead in Kyiv. Search and rescue operations continue at the site of the attack in Darnitstia district. According to the services, there may still be up to 10 people under the rubble. Ooh, first meal. Adam Rounds asks, what's the first meal going to be when I get to Ukraine? Ooh. Let me get back to you on that one. Actually, let's do that now. So I am going into Kyiv on bus. I still think it's hilarious that, like, I get into Warsaw 45 minutes after the train leaves for Kyiv. A few hours later, like an hour and 45 minutes later, I get on a bus in Warsaw to go to Kyiv, and it shows up a whopping 35 minutes after the train. So the train gets into Kyiv, and then 35 minutes later, I get to show up here. Ooh, Lebanese food. Little Ukrainian cafeteria. Borscht. 75 cents. Green borscht. I never did get to try the green borscht. I might go and try the green borscht. Ooh, omelets. Well, I might go to this place right here. It's just like a little cafeteria style Ukrainian food place. Nothing fancy, nothing extraordinary, but it's really good food. Simple food. Depending on where I'm staying, my friend in Kyiv is getting an apartment for me. And there's like several options. There's one over here. One over here, one up here, and then like one up here. That we talked about. So I don't know where I'm going to be. But if it's one of the apartments over in this area, my first meal might be Oh, not there. This place right here, Zerno Pizza. Oh, I I was spoiled in Kiev. Let's see if I can get. There. Oh, for a pizza place, there's not a whole lot of pictures of the pizzas. Oh, really, really good pizza. The pizza here in the U.S. sucks by comparison. And if you look at the menu, $3, $4, $5 for a pizza for two, easily, two of me. Personal pizza, you're looking at like $2, $3. Zeleny chai, 75 cents. Hot cocoa for the large, $1.50. Latte, $1.50. Not even $1.50, like $1.40. And I think it's funny that like the most expensive pizza on here, the 4-cheese pizza, is less than $5. Oh, and for my fellow Americans, there's no tax. The price you see is the price you pay. Tax is included in the price. So when it says $5 for a pizza, it's $5 for a pizza. And I mean, they're so good. There's not even a pizza joint you can compare it to here in the States. They have Domino's over there, but even the Domino's is better. Okay, like on the low end. This is kind of the cheap pizzas. Oh, I didn't know they put an IQ pizza in right here. Okay, I know that shop. It was a little grocery store before, but this is the lower end of the pizzas in Ukraine. Mass produced. Oh, this is the Domino's, or no, this is the Little Caesars of Ukraine. Big portions, small price. 4-meat pizza. 235 hryvnia, so about $6. Stupid things in the way. Let me go full screen here so I could read the menu. The cheapest pizza is a margarita pizza, 38 centimeters for $3. I always laugh at this. The entire menu is in Ukrainian except white chicken. Again, $3. Babushka, barbecue meat. The small pizza. The 30 centimeter. For our Americans, 30 centimeter to inches. So a foot. 30 centimeters is a foot. 38 is 15 inches. So a foot wide pizza or 15-inch diameter pizza. They have the support the ZCU. Every 15 hryvnia from every pizza goes towards the ZCU. So $4, like $6. Pretty good pizza, but kind of the low end of it. This place here is more like a mom and pop shop. If you know, like your Italian immigrants opened a pizza shop in your neighborhood, that's this kind of a place. But yes, I've been missing my real pizza. Oh, the other place I'd look at going, depending on what's time I have, not McDonald's. I'm in the wrong part. I have to be over here, I think. No, McDonald's is... There's a Pizzata Hut in here somewhere. I think it's right around here, but I don't see it on there. Ramen shop. Ooh. It has been so long since I've had real ramen. I got to check this place out. Oh. Hell no. No ramen from a vending machine. No, they were just building that building in 2015. But like right here is a Pizzata Hut. Pizzata Hut is kind of like a Ukrainian cafeteria as well. Oh, there's... Uh, uh, salads, breakfast, you know, 50 cents for coffee. Um, ooh, kielbasa. The thing I find weird is like nobody ever takes a picture of the cafeteria line. But, you know, like this is, you know, this plate, you pay for this plate, and then this plate is a separate fee, and this plate's a separate fee, and you just go down the line and grab your plate, put it on your tray, and go down the line. And you can pick and choose, and it's fairly inexpensive, but it's you can add up pretty quick. ooh, I gotta try this. Ooh, I gotta try this. And of course, not gonna go to Domino's. But yes, they do have Domino's pizza in Ukraine. And I don't know, it looks very American to me. A Domino that serves fish and chips. UK influence, maybe. How about a menu I can actually read? Come on, focus. Okay, it looks like we have to go off of this. So, I mean, they get really cheap, like $2.50. So for like just like a pepperoni pizza, 22 centimeters, so like a 12 or like an 8-inch pizza is $2.50. A foot pizza is $4. 36, so like a 14-inch pizza would be $5. Texas pizza. Um, but yeah, but so I mean, there's many choices. Um, but since I'm getting off the bus station here, um, I don't know. Okay. That's calling me too. The Lebanese restaurant. Oh, oh, what are the prices like here? Not bad. Monshare grilled chicken, $5 with garlic sauce. So, a glass of milk at this restaurant is 5 hryvnia. That can't be right. Uh, but it's under hot drinks. That's concerning. Uh, Pepsi, Coke. Why? Oh, the two different sizes of Pepsi, the 0.3, the half liter. Sambuska with cheese. Ooh. Spinach. Okay, is everybody hungry now? Uh, Pizza overload, Thorben. Uh, there's no such thing as leftover borscht. But if you do want to take some home, they have these little like paper bowls with a plastic lid. Put it in a bag, carry it home. I think you're doing a disservice to borscht putting it in a paper bowl. Um, a little Georgian place. Ooh, that looks good. Oh, yum. Oh, double yum. Why would you take a picture of your passport next to the receipt? So, 4 dishes. No, 6 dishes. And all for under $10. Mm. Now I'm hungry. Oh, so yeah. Do I do Ukrainian food? Lebanese food? Or where's Mama Manana? Authentic Japanese? Mm. Now that is a real bowl of ramen. Oh. Uh, deep fried chicken, vegetables, the seafood. The seafood ramen is like $4. Green tea cheesecake. Okay. That sounds good too. Um, black ramen. There's actually a place in Kiev called was it marketing? Ramen versus marketing. Here we go. This place here, oh, this place is amazing. So, for my fellow Americans, this is what ramen should look like. Not the cheap meal that we've made it into. Oh. And basically the whole idea of this place is it's a little hole in the wall. And like there's no advertising, it's all word of mouth. And yeah, that's, you go up, you order, you sit down, you eat, you get out, because there's like 30 other people in line for you, waiting for you. Amazing food. I have a page. Yes, there is Mexican food in Ukraine. Very authentic, actually. I've eaten there. I've streamed from there. Um, so a couple locations, Dos Amigos right here, and I went to this one. Carne asada or queso con. Yes, they serve burgers, but the only difference I could find is like refried beans are not a thing in Ukraine. So the texture isn't right. They put whole beans in the burritos. Canty's Cantina. But yeah, the flavor is spot on. It's just the texture is off because they use whole beans instead of refried beans. But again, just a little hole in the wall shop. Yeah, Indian cafe right next door. So that was like an interesting sensory experience walking down the street. So that's right here. The metro station is right here. And it's not even listed here. But if you're in the know and are in this area for lunchtime, see if I can get a look down the alley. No. So like the metro's entrance is back over here. But I can't look down the alley. I want to look down the alley. Anyways, for those in the know, there's a little restaurant down this alley in this side building here called Tex-Mex. It is only open during lunch for about 3 hours. And only during the weekdays. If you know about it, you know about it. It's awesome. If you don't know about it, you're never going to find it. And it's not much of an alley. It doesn't go anywhere except that restaurant. There's a little gate on it now that has like a little Tex-Mex sign. But again, if you don't know it's there, you'll never see it. Awesome, awesome tacos. Uh, yeah, it's rare in the States. You cannot have like a authentic uh ethnic restaurant. It just gets taken over. Um, unless you're like in a huge city like, you know, Chicago, Detroit, but you get anything smaller than like 5 million people and the ethnic restaurants just get taken over chasing customers. Oh, we have to have an espresso machine to, even though we're a Vietnamese restaurant, we have an espresso machine so people can have coffee. That was the case in Phoenix for my little favorite Vietnamese place. Family just came over from Vietnam. Basically, it was in one of the older parts of Glendale, Arizona. And they had the restaurant on the first floor, and there was apartments above it. They lived above the restaurant, ran the restaurant 24 hours. And it was just mom and pop place. You walk in, oh yeah, we make for you 2:00 in the morning, right after the bars close. Go in there and awesome Vietnamese food. And then, like 2 or 3 years in, yeah, they had to they started catering to the yuppie crowd. Pay for Wi-Fi, pay for order a cup of coffee for $12. I was not pleased. No, they ended up putting in an espresso machine and was basically a miniature Starbucks that served Vietnamese food. The food was still amazing, but the atmosphere was ruined. So you come right down here, and this place was pretty good too. Johnny FD has not found this place yet, and he's right around the corner from it, basically. There's so many good places to go eat in Podil. But yeah, the burger bar. There's so many good restaurants in Kyiv. It's hard to explain, and they're all like, I wouldn't say cheap, but definitely not expensive by American standards. This is one of my favorites. Their borscht is amazing. Of course, they have pizza and burgers. Just pretty much every Ukrainian place has pizza and burgers. But yeah, there's the borscht. Oh, and it's hiding what's underneath because they have nice chunks of meat, onions, so on and so forth in it. It's so good. Their chicken Kyiv was pretty good. I did not try their sushi. I'm not much of a sushi person. But I'd go in, have a borscht, hard cider or two, and I think my bill would be like 300 hryvnia after 2 ciders. half my bill was ciders and half the bill was food. Um, so like a ribeye per 100 grams, 135. So you do the math on that. Um, not a is not a place for like the average Ukrainian person to go, but it's high scale. Um, English breakfast tea for $1.50. Hmm. Some of the weird drinks they can do, but it's uh but like pretty fancy plating and really good food. Um, Trying to find their version of chicken Keith. Oh, that was pretty good too. Good steaks too. Oh yeah. Oh, I wanted to try this so bad, but I opted out. Uh, what was the question again? Oh, what's my first meal I'm gonna have when I get into Kiev? Um, More than likely, it's going to be at this cafeteria right here. Right here's the bus station. Over to the cafe. Um, of course, I could just piss everybody off and blog going to McDonald's at the train station. Wow, that's the emptiest I've ever seen that McDonald's. Yeah, McDonald's doesn't look appetizing. Dorova? Hmm. Mm. So yeah, I'm like another little cafeteria style place. Keep cutlets, eggs. Mm. I don't know. This might be an option too. What's the menu like? So yeah, borscht for $1.25. Yeah, bus station's right there. That's right there. Ukraina Cafe. This looks like it's new. Uh, Very tasty coffee. Tea. I don't know. I might peek in there. Favorite uncle. $3 signs. Expensive place, it seems. Yeah, green omelet for $4. Yeah, morning toast with avocado, tofu, and asparagus. Flaxseed porridge. Might not be my cup of tea. Food looks good, but yeah, it's a bit on the pricey side. That's right, like in the heart of the business district, though. Oh, Lviv croissants is good too. If I end up over here, what's over here? Matsoni? Oh, Georgian place. What are the prices like? Okay, prices are not bad. Not bad for wine prices, but that's not too shabby. I might have to check this place out if I'm over here. The only McDonald's you've had in your life is a breakfast McMuffin in Ukraine while waiting for my favorite bistro to open up. Yeah, that's the funny thing, not Sherlock Holmes, is like McDonald's outside of America is actually decent. Um, just for shits and giggles, you know, Kimball, Mitchell, here we go. Where's the McDonald's up here? I don't even remember anymore. Ah, there it is. So these are like the menu pictures. Come on, where's a real picture? Yeah, this is supposedly a quarter pounder with cheese. That doesn't even look like hamburger. Come on, real pictures. Real pictures. Okay, let's go somewhere bigger that might actually have photos taken of it. Let's go Sioux Falls. McDonald's in Sioux Falls. Again, menu pictures, not actual food. There you go. That's a McDonald's cheeseburger in the US. Overcooked, maybe meat, maybe protein. Um yeah, I love that McDonald's loads up their menu pictures instead of like letting people post real food. Um where's the burger? Professional photos of advertisement food instead of real food. There you go. There's your Big Mac. It looks weak. I think the onions are thicker than the burger. Where's the beef? That actually happened to me. Went to a McDonald's on a trip. Ordered like 8, but there's a bunch of us in the car. Ordered like 8 of the at the time it was on the $2 menu, the $2 hamburgers. Got it, had bun, had all the sauces, cheese, no beef patties. Again, it's all promotional photos and not real freaking photos. Am I going to have to just go real pics of... Well, there's a McDonald's hamburger in the US for you. Here's the promotional picture. Here's what you actually get. Again, promotional picture, what you actually get. Or there you go. Does that even count as a burger? Again, advertise Big Mac, what you actually get. And it doesn't, I shouldn't say it doesn't taste good because they add so much sugar. But yeah, that's what you get for a McDonald's hamburger in the US. And this is what they advertise that you get. And that's what you get. There's a double cheeseburger for you. Nice close up of a McDonald's hamburger patty. Doesn't look like hamburger. It don't look like beef. Okay, I lost my appetite now, so we're good. Yeah, back in the 80s, where's the beef? I mean, it's hard to describe like a McDonald's hamburger to somebody that in the U.S. To somebody that's not had a McDonald's hamburger in the U.S. It does not taste like a hamburger. It tastes, I don't know, it's weird. You know, I don't know if I could even cook something that tastes like a McDonald's hamburger. It's just an odd flavor to it. Not that it's bad or nothing, but yeah, it's just odd. And when I got into Warsaw last time, I went up to where's that bus station at, or the train station? Okay, there's the airport. Go north. Here's the train station. So there's a McDonald's in here. I don't know if they show it, but like McDonald's overseas, it doesn't taste like the McDonald's hamburgers here. And it's kind of neat what they did because like each country has its own special burger in the country. Um, yeah, this is the McDonald's here, but come on. Yeah, American size. I thought that was funny. It's not gonna let me know. I forgot the name of it. Um, anyways, Poland had its own special hamburger in the McDonald's over there. I forgot the name of it, but it had like horseradish on it and um stuff like that. And I think that might be it right there. Um, anyways, it was really good. Um, let's see, the menu has it on here. I think it's this one right here. The Mgzestawe. And of course, in Polish, I can't read Polish. Um, oh, there it is. The Wise Mac. That's it. Um, but that's the Polish special. About $5 for that burger in Warsaw. Um, let's see if I could just search the Wise Mac. So, like a normal hamburger, but the white sauce you see is horseradish sauce. And yeah, it was pretty good. There we go. There's an actual picture of it. And of course, can't find the picture on here. But, actual food, an actual burger rather than just the, in the studio picture. And it was really good. Well, and like I said, the beef patties tasted completely normal in Poland. The lettuce was crisp. The cheese was good cheese. Um, in Ukraine, they have their own special burger as well. Uh, let's see if I can find this without, searching. Not Podil. Where's the funny color? Uh, Not Podil. Where the heck was this place? Anyway, I'll just go to the train station. Because not only there's McDonald's here, but there's also another McDonald's over here. But um Big Tasty. This one right here. This is the Ukrainian specialty burger that McDonald's has. And it's pretty good. It's a white cheese instead of the normal, yellow, but pretty good. And it's about $4 or $5. For a burger that would be 10, $12 here in the States. Anyway, we've been off on a tangent for a while. Oh, you okay. Um if I end up back over here, the marshrutkas run through this area right here. And it's a little different now than what you see here. But all down this little strip is like doner kebabs, bread shops, little stores like this all throughout this. And it's also right next to the Polytechnic. And yes, those hot dogs are sold out of like this place right here. But there's tons of little hole in the wall markets right in here. So if I end up in this area, I'm definitely going to be coming here for some street food. Normal for McDonald's in America. Um, yeah, the Big Tasty in Ukraine is not like the Big Tasty here that they had here in the States back in like the early 2000s. Um, okay, I am not sure what a Big Mac costs here in the US anymore, to be honest. It's been 5 or 6 years since I've gone to McDonald's. You can't even order it. You can't even see what the prices are. So, someone that does go to McDonald's, let me know how much a Big Mac is. Um, but yeah, there's so much good food in Ukraine. Um, you don't need to go to McDonald's because McDonald's is actually more expensive than some of the cheaper places. Like you can go to Pizzata Hata and eat a lot cheaper than you can at McDonald's. The only reason McDonald's was popular here in the US and survived here in the US because it was okay food that was dirt cheap. The problem now is McDonald's is not so good food and it's expensive. But yeah, that again, that is here in the US. Um, outside the US, McDonald's has good food. Uh, you may recognize this pizza joint right here. Um, for anybody that's been here for uh like the NAFO 69 Sniffing Brigade convoys, this is where your pizza comes from and is actually ran by a Ukrainian soldier. So that's the pizza joint right there. Yeah, it's but yeah, it's kind of weird how it works out. Um, where's the burgers? Well, yeah. So yeah, a big and tasty is 268 hryvnia. So why for one big tasty at McDonald's, you can almost get 2 pizzas at a place like this place. 268 for the pizza for that for the Big Tasty Burger. Again, the most expensive, $220 for the 4 cheese. And that's a foot diameter pizza. So, even in Ukraine, McDonald's is expensive. For normal people, not people like me with a big freaking stomach and appetite, this pizza would feed 3 or 4 people. And you get an entire pizza for the price of one McDonald's hamburger. There's some like really interesting restaurants out here. It looks like a residential neighborhood because it is, but like a couple of these places, they just make food in their kitchen, and with like the food delivery places apps, you get food out of their, they make it at home and they sell it on the food apps, the delivery apps. And so there's all kinds of like little family businesses ran out of like this area because it's quick access to deliver food down the highway or down the high-speed tram line. Because the high-speed tram ends right here. And like there's no places to go and actually like eat in these restaurants. You can only order it from the delivery services. There's one place in here I love to order from. It was really good food. Went and saw a couple movies here in Ukrainian. Bumblebee. But you know how expensive like popcorn and shit is at the theaters here? Not in Ukraine. It is more expensive than like out in the normal stores, but you're talking maybe a third the price. This epicenter I know pretty well. When I bought the power supplies for the units, I bought 3 of them before I came home. This is the epicenter I bought them at, and Epicenter delivered them to pickup points closer to the units. That way I wasn't involved. They didn't have to worry about, finding some Russian putting tracking devices on them. They picked them up right from the store. That was really cool. Must have been Christmas time. Epicenter's kind of weird, though, for a store. It's like a cross between Home Depot and Walmart. Because you can go in, buy socks, a couple shirts. You can go in, buy your trash cans. And then you can go and get, your light fixtures or paint or what have you. There's definitely a Home Depot kind of aisle, but then they also have, socks, shirts, pots and pans. It's kind of like a weird mix match of um, Walmart and Home Depot. I should grab some more of that while I'm in Helsinki. I got a little bit of a layover in Helsinki. And last time I was through there, I had a long bit of a layover. And I got some reindeer jerky while I was waiting. Oh, that was so good. Um, yeah, this is like the suburbs, Sofivska. Um, Beautiful little area. Way more expensive than I can afford, but beautiful area. Let's see if, yeah. Well, yeah, as you can see, some nice higher end housing. But, not like the front yards in America, definitely. That's like the neighborhood, but if you go over to here by the lake, well, very pretty area. We spent a lot of time going over this. It's after midnight. I do need to go to bed, but let's get through the rest of these videos. I don't have a whole lot more to go through, I don't think. Russians show a video of the moment there's a Ukrainian naval reconnaissance ship in the Danube River in the southern end of Ukraine. Here, I'll actually just go zoom down there and show you. So, Odessa, Izmail, and yes, this is the Danube River. So it was in this river, and that this took place. So there's the Ukrainian reconnaissance boat, and there's the Russian drone hitting it. I mean, give you an idea, that's two guys in a basically a rowboat. Let's see if I can go back. Yeah, pause it right here. That's two guys in a rowboat out fishing. And that's the reconnaissance boat that Russia is so proud of being able to hit the Ukrainian Navy. is about the size of like a beachcomber, or it's not a very big boat, maybe 20, 30 feet. Uh, Meanwhile, the president of Portugal, you know, you don't hear much from Portugal, but when you do, you kind of listen to, because they don't say much, but what they say is usually dead on. The president of Portugal says that Trump, the leader of the world's greatest superpower, is objectively a Soviet or Russian asset. He functions as an asset. Pretty true. You know, Poland is getting ready for an air show at Radom. Unfortunately, one of the pilots training for the air show crashed.
Ja pierdolę, nie! Co się odjebało? Kurwa nie! Ja cię pierdolę.
A lot of people are saying condolences to the pilot. I am going to praise that pilot. As you see, people are all around the outside of the fence. The pilot knew he was in trouble. He could have ejected here and let the plane crash and possibly hit people, but no, he stayed in the plane and pushed towards the landing strip. And like I said, he could easily have ejected. He knew he was in trouble. He could have ejected right there, but instead maintained control, put the plane down, sacrificing himself for civilians. So major respect to that pilot. Just before I started the stream, the final death toll updated from yesterday. 21 people died, 4 children from yesterday's attack on Kyiv. And we get footage of more footage of the Ukrainians striking the missile boat outside. Wait a second. Okay, I'm not sure where this is at. This might be the Ukrainian reconnaissance boat. Surmeftal. No, that's the Russian ship. So yeah, this is the Russian ship that Ukrainians attacked. The missile launcher boat. Added confirm. Unfortunately, the bad news is not over. Russian armed forces in Zaporizhia caught an R-360 Neptune anti-ship missile launcher at the moment of launches and hit it with a shrapnel Iskander. Though there was no direct hit, fragments damaged one of the missiles which caught fire. The level of damage to the system is currently unknown. Unfortunately, this is a Ukrainian system being hit by the Russians. So the shrapnel missile hit here. You see one of the missiles on the Ukrainian system caught fire. The extent of damage is not known, like I said. One of the memorials for the children already starting late last night. Already 22 dead in Kyiv as a result of the night attack by the Russian terrorists. Meanwhile, the U.S. Embassy condemned the Russian strike on Kyiv. They noted that strikes on civilian targets are unacceptable and must be stopped immediately. In occupied Tokmak, Zaporizhia region, AFU, Armed Forces of Ukraine, caught Russian taxi drivers with special military operations soldiers who they regularly drove from vacations in Rostov. The attack was carried out in a parking lot near the checkpoint at the entrance of the city. Also, at that moment, a few dozen meters away, their comrades themselves ran over another taxi driver with military personnel in a Lada. The driver and 2 passengers in that Lada did not make it. I haven't watched these videos, so I might need to close these quickly if they show something I can't show.
Ребята сгорели заживо под машиной, ебать. Да, вон. Вот водитель. Да. Тут все, ужас, сгорело все. Водитель сгорел заживо. Ларгус попал под танк. Вот номера. Да, 134 регион.
Прилетела РСЗО. Вот такая вот вороночка. Там у нас техника тоже уже подбитая стоит. Вот по тесту всего. Мы также там стояли рядышком. Ладно, пару машин отсюда. Этот водитель от осколочных ранен. 300. Но живой. Этот водитель, к сожалению, не выжил. 200. Ночка была не очень.
Все пизда, блядь, на заправке, блядь, ебали, блядь, два водителя 200, блядь, пиздец как уебало, блядь.
Interesting lesson in Russian cursing there. So yeah, these were Russian civilians, but they were driving military personnel from Tokmak to Rostov and back.
Вон по дороге все раскинуто, как
как что было, непонятно. Всякие пластиковые. Ukraine, not deterred by the Russian attack yesterday, sent out more drones early this morning. We see heading up towards Tver, Vladimir, Berkovo, the middle of nowhere, towards Rostov, and again towards Krasnodar, Novorossiysk, and Sevastopol. I still get a kick out of Magyar's response to Hungarians banning him from returning to Hungary. Shove your sanctions and travel restrictions to Hungary up your wazoo. Bombing of the enemy headquarters with 2 French bombs. Ooh, that's loud. Yeah, we just showed the hit on the Neptune launcher. No, I did not specifically say Neptune because it did not specifically say that in the post. Or actually, yeah, it did. R-360 Neptune anti-ship missile launcher. It is unfortunate, Russians, a broken clock's right twice a day. Unfortunately, Russia has had some successes today, hitting the reconnaissance boat in the Danube River, and, hitting the Neptune missile launcher. And the last video I have for you tonight is, basically a Russian saying goodbye. Just taking a nap. One more time. That is all I have for you for today. The loss report's coming out for tomorrow already. Looking good. 850 personnel, 4 tanks, 6 armored fighting vehicles, 61 artillery systems, 2 MLRS, an anti-aircraft warfare system, 109 vehicles, 28 cruise missiles out of the 31 they launched, so only 3 got through. That's good to know. And 414 UAVs. So, yeah, just updated 15 minutes ago. It is like, here, let's go to the air alert map. 8:23 in the morning in Ukraine at the moment. The last update, 23 total killed, 22 were at that single apartment building. And this is the drones from this morning. So I'm going to leave you guys off there. Say thank you all for coming. I hope you enjoyed. Please, if you haven't hit the like, hit the like. It helps the channel reach more people, gets the message to more people. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. It helps the channel grow and keep doing stuff. Most importantly, keep supporting Ukraine. Have a good night. Stay safe, everybody. And I'll see you tomorrow.